Hey guys, Baby here for a quick Ripper basic guide to the Awakened skill counterattack. So, when you specialize as a Ripper, this is your key to bursting down uh, enemies. So, it says here it's a passive skill with a cooldown of 2.1 seconds. For every accurate evasion using tumble or dodge, you will get a buff that enhances your physical attack by 1000%. And it only applies the skills that consume mana. So this excludes the hero skill since that don't consume any mana. Now, my recommendation would be for the Blade Runner skill. Once you get the Blood Moon Jade, if I'm not mistaken, if I did not forget, yeah, it's a Blood Moon Jade, so it enhances the attack by 275%, and aside from that, it doesn't have that weird teleportation animation, so it just, as you can see right here, it just right away it just throws the skill versus not having it, which would actually need you to hit a target for it to proc the second hit. Now, aside from that, I would also recommend getting the additional skill up heraldry from the cash shop. That way you can exceed the maximum level to 18 instead of instead of just the 17 level that's it's actually gonna do. Now, I'm just gonna showcase the damage with without the counterattack passive versus having it with the counterattack. So we're just gonna run it through Volcano Nest Labyrinth 50. Now, before we proceed, I want you to take notice here on this portion here where you see the buffs. An additional icon would actually pop or would actually appear if you successfully proc the counterattack passive for the awakened skill. So Blade Runner without any additional counterattack deals about 320 320. I'm not sure if it was billion or million. Let's see here. As you can see, counterattack is 1. And look at the damage, it just goes up to a lot. As you can see here, the damage counter is at 2 trill. Now, keep in mind, when you tumble or dodge, you need to get hit during the tumble or a few seconds after tumbling, like right here. As you can see, it procced again. And the damage is just ridiculous. Now, that's the difference with having the counterattack buff for the awakened passive versus the not having one. As you can see, if you do it sooner, you don't get the uh, you don't get the counterattack. But here you can also dodge it. And yeah, okay. So we're just gonna try and proc the passive here with the... See, if you do it sooner, it's not gonna proc. You need to get hit when you're tumbling for the passive to actually proc. Come on, chicken. Come on. Oi. Oi. Come on. See? And now it procs. Now keep in mind the damage counter here, it it's not really accurate. So it doesn't really show the exact damage that you're doing. So we'll run it again and then we'll try to see the entire thing with the um yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, we need to start it before we can actually do it. There we go. It doesn't show the passive skill, but we will run it again and we'll try and see how much we actually do while proccing everything for the passive. So again, I'm gonna run it without any buffs, without the arsonist buff, because that magnifies your flame attack. So we're gonna run it without any buff. So again, the key point is to get hit during the tumble action or 2 seconds after you tumble. That way you can successfully proc it. As you can see, the damage is ridiculous even without any buff. This one, for some reason, there. And it just went up the 11 trill. It's the the damage counter here doesn't really it's not really accurate. Where's that? There we go. There we have it. So that's about it for the basics on Ripper and the the awakened passive skill counterattack. There's no heraldry for it, so you won't be able to proc it. Now, there are instances that you can proc it consecutively, but it will always follow the 2.1 second cooldown. The best counter or the best meter for measuring it, I would just wait for the Blade Runner to completely cool down, or about 2 seconds before it cools down, because the buff would actually last for 6 seconds. Now, it's another story if you use it together with the Crippling Punisher or the Maim Punisher, because that's gonna be a whole different level of damage. Now, this have been it for the quick guide on the Ripper, and hope to see more Rippers popping up in the scene here and there. This have been Pepe. See you all on the next video. If you like the content, leave a like, subscribe, or comment. If not, totally cool. See you all in game.